Welcome to Tips
with Joan and Priya.
Love it. This is our newest show, and we each week start talking to somebody about expert tips. And today we are really, really fortunate. Today it's all about makeup. We wiped off some of it, not all of it. I did put blush on. I don't want to look that bad on camera, but
You look great.
I'm so honored. Priya, who do we have with us today?
We have Krystle Couso, who is a professional licensed makeup artist who specializes in weddings, eyelash extensions, based out in Long Island, New York. She's also a TV personality, and you may recognize her from network's docusoap, JERSEYLICIOUS.
Jersey.
What? And we've had Krystle on for a previous show. So
Yeah.
we're so excited to do this.
We are so excited. So without further ado, Krystle, I know we all had some questions. I know Jill was like, is my makeup outdated? My thing was like, I do the same thing every day. My sparkle, my this, that, and the other thing. Priya loves her red lipstick, but we all kind of took some of it
I
off.
need help with my eyebrows.
But I will point out we're all wearing black again.
Yeah.
We do this, don't we? But Krystle, you look gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
And you're a little tan.
Oh, it's a fake tan. You know, I make my foundation like 5 shades darker. That's why you saw me before. I had to like start doing my neck after I put this shirt on. So yeah, I like to make my face a little darker.
I love it.
Boy.
All right. Well, I got my makeup bag. I'm kind of ready to go. For me, I want to know how to like make myself look the best I can on these Zoom calls.
Yes.
Right.
Without feeling like I have to put on X, Y, or Z.
So we're all ready today. We have our mirrors,
Okay.
I have
So
sort of.
our makeup.
So do you guys, so usually what I recommend is using, I really like this primer. It's by Smashbox. So it fills in any pores, and it's really nice just to give you kind of like a skin blur without having to put a lot of foundation on. So it's nice to have this base. It fills in any like fine lines, any pores. So that's good to start with.
Okay.
But you guys have foundation on already, right?
Actually, I don't use foundation a lot, but I do have e.l.f.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I would start with a primer. If you don't have a primer, depending on your skin, if you have oily skin, sometimes, see, it's like sometimes I like to use a moisturizer, sometimes I don't, depending on the skin. Sometimes I feel like if you use the moisturizer right before you do your makeup, it can make the makeup slide off and not last as long. So I like to just put the foundation straight on my skin and then set with the powder, and I feel like that lasts longer, especially if you're oily. So I'd like moisturize at night, and then in the morning I would just put straight makeup on. So get into the foundation.
What do you use to put on the foundation?
Yeah, so
I'm
I'm
using
just
my
gonna show you.
fingers right now, but
Yeah,
do you
so
use?
these are my 2 favorite brushes. It's a stippling brush. So the good thing about this is it's white. So if the hairs are synthetic, it's going to deposit better rather than if you were to use something else that would just soak all the foundation into it, like even like a sponge. I don't like putting on my full foundation with it because then it sucks it all up into the sponge and then only deposits in certain areas, and you're kind of like putting it on and taking it off at the same time.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
I
really
see a lot of people using it.
Well, what was really funny is I have all these brushes, and I used brushes for years, and then sponges became popular. So
Yeah.
I'm using sponges. I tried to reteach myself a brush. I forget how to do it.
Yeah, so with the brush, what I like to do is start doing circular motions all over, and then I really like to press it into the pores and really make sure that I'm getting an even layer and that I'm depositing it and I'm not wiping it off. If I like to do my concealer with a sponge, a beauty blender, but I find that when I do my foundation, I waste so much product because it's getting absorbed into the sponge.
Oh,
Whereas
yeah.
So the brush is really depositing it and you're not wasting as much product. And then if you stipple it and push it into your skin, you'll get more of like an airbrushed look because you're pushing the product in and it's not just sitting there.
Okay.
And of course, I don't have a brush now because now that you've retaught me, but I'll take my sponge.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a like sort of like a double press powder. I used a little foundation and then a little double press powder with the brush.
That's good. So I like that. With the pressed powder, I like to use a brush that's firmer and a little bit tightly more packed.
Okay.
because you can get more coverage by like packing it in.
Okay, I'm gonna
I like to use the brushes like this for loose powder. See how this is like kind of
Yep.
loose?
This is not. Okay.
Yeah, so that'll give you nice coverage.
I'll hold it.
So the
Yeah.
powders, because I'm older, I'm 100 years old compared to
Shut up.
So does powder, I'm afraid to put powder. I used to for years, I did, but now I'm afraid that it's gonna show my
Right.
lines.
Yeah, so that's why you want to, you know, I like to use a liquid foundation that has more of like a hydrator to it, or moisturizer, and a little SPF. So I like to do that as like a light layer, and then really only set it lightly with like a loose setting powder. And my favorite for that is the powder is Laura Mercier, because it's fine and it's not thick, and it just, you do like a loose, I would do a loose layer of that.
Okay.
And then when you want to use the tightly packed brush, I would only do that in areas maybe like on your pores, because it does, the powder helps to fill in the pores a little bit when you push it in, and could give it a smoother look. But you want to stay away from all the area like underneath where you have more fine lines. For that, I really only like the Laura Mercier powder. It's jet milled so fine. It's number 2 or number 1. It's called her Secret Brightening Powder. So it's going to brighten at the same time. And I like to just do that with a very loose brush and only apply a little bit, because, you know, you don't want it to settle into the fine line. So you could even take like an eyeshadow brush like this and just lightly go underneath here. And you
Like
don't want to just...
So you're using it like a concealer. You're using it like a concealer.
This is the powder. Well, I do it over the concealer.
Oh,
But I'm saying,
okay.
because she was taught, this is the setting powder, because she was saying how powders could make you look like older, which is true, but these are the ones that I found that set the under eye. Because if you just do concealer and you do have fine lines and you don't set with the powder, those fine lines are going to crease up with the moisture.
Right, there's an example.
So you always want to set it, but yeah, if you find that you have more fine lines, you want to stay lighter in those areas.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is shine something we want now or don't want now?
Okay, so I like, if you're oily, I like to do an oil control lotion, and I like to control the areas that I want to have shine, right? Like you don't want your whole face, your nose, like you want a little bit of a shine. So what I like to do is add the shine in. I like to keep everything matte and control the oiled areas. And then I'll do a hydrating mist that'll give me a little glow, and I'll do a highlighter that will place the glow in the areas that I want.
Okay.
So it's more controlled.
Yep. Yeah.
Highlighters, that's another thing.
Oh my God, there's so many of those. Like my niece has it's a purple shadow and a yellow shadow and these shadow highlighter palettes that I look at this and I go, this is not working for me.
Yeah. I really like
I'm
that.
not a professional like you.
If you take a shimmery eyeshadow, or even a highlighter, or like I said, a shimmery eyeshadow, not too shimmery, but kind of like a pale pink. I like to just put a little shimmer down the bridge of my nose, because it makes it look thinner, as well as highlighting it.
I have this one from CoverGirl. You see it?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Does that work?
Yeah. So what you would do is, after you do your foundation and you set everything, I don't know if you guys want to do it while we're talking, you know, you put your foundation on, set it. And if you have your foundation on already, then take a little bit of a highlighter. And I like to take a brush like this that's thin. So if I turn it sideways, it's pretty thin. So I could get down the bridge of my nose. And it's going to make my nose just look like thinner and give it like a cute button nose if I highlight like the tip.
Let me see.
Oh, okay.
And then blend with your finger. So that's a cool really
You're going down the whole, you're going down the whole.
Try this.
Oh, I see the difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a quick trick to cut,
Look
like,
at that.
without having to do a bunch of contour.
Look at that, Priya.
Right away, I see the difference.
Yes! I love it. See, it looks like you spent hours contouring, and it was just like, it took a second.
All right, I'm trying it.
That looks so good.
Great.
And then you always want to make sure that you just tap it and blend it in. Well, no, with your finger now, because you don't want a big wide area, because then you're widening your nose. So that's why you want to do it with the thin part and keep it very controlled tiny right in the center, because if you do a big circle, you're gonna widen it.
So wait, am I doing it straight down or on each side?
No, that's contour. Contour you would do on each side. So
Okay.
the highlight just goes down the center, just down the bridge of your nose.
What a difference.
Just like
Right?
that.
Wait, I think I did it wrong. I think I did each side.
Oh, let's see. No, just down the center.
I see a little glow like right here on you, Joe.
Yeah.
But like I said, guys, don't make it wide. Make it very like tiny. So you want to use, that's why I like to use this brush. See, you could see that I'm just doing it in the center. I'm not doing the whole center, because then I'm going to extend it.
I'm going to do this every week now for our show because I never knew.
I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. I'm supposed to just do right down. I think I did it too much here and here. Let me try it again. I'm going to do this.
Yes.
I think it also separates my eyes now too.
Is that better?
Yup, that's better. And then you just want to blend it with your finger. So that's so that you don't have to do, I usually contour the sides with a darker bronzer. So I could show you guys that too if you want. This takes the nose highlight to a whole nother level now when you do this. So then I'll take a little brush. If you could find maybe a thin, fluffy brush, not a stiff brush. You guys are looking good. So I would take like a brush like this, but not too big. You don't want it too fluffy because then you're gonna widen your nose. We want to get to
Can
the
I see your
side of
brush
our-
again, Krystle? Let me see your brush.
Yep.
Okay, so I have something similar.
See, it's kind of small and fluffy. Let me
Okay.
see. Let me see
I'm
yours, Joan.
still trying to get my brushes.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so you want to work with it sideways then, so it's thinner. You know what I mean? Like if you turn it the other way, you're gonna if you're using this brush, you wanna use it this way, straight up and down, where it's the thinnest.
This is what I used on the tip.
Oh, okay, perfect.
And
Yep,
then
that's perfect.
this I should use for the side, maybe?
For the side, but turn the brush sideways so you get the thinnest part of the brush. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Because you don't want to widen it.
And what am I doing on the side?
So
Oh,
now-
this is Jill.
So these are really
Empty.
good.
Jill
Ooh,
is
look,
looking
he's
like
got a
this.
lot. So I
Okay.
like to take, that's why I feel like little things like this, like you could just like make such a big difference. I feel like I don't really have any makeup on well, I have a lot of makeup on, but like really no eyes, nothing, no eyeliner, like nothing. It's more of
You
like
don't have any
contour.
eyeliner on?
No, I have mascara on. I didn't do that yet because I was trying to save it. But like, just when your face is contoured, you just, I don't know, on camera, it just looks like you did more than you did. I just have mascara on, and then I have eyeshadow, brows, concealer, highlight, and bronzer, and eyebrow. But so now you take the brush, a small brush, and I like to use, this is the tricky part. Now you might have to like just get the right product for this because you don't want to look like lines. So I like the Too Faced bronzer, but depending on how dark you are, how light you are, you want a warm color, but not shimmery. You want it more matte.
Oh, wait, I gotta go get that.
So like a brown or a pink?
Yeah, like a brown, but is that cream? Because you want a powder.
Yeah,
Is that like a bronzer? Like I would use your bronzer.
it's a powder.
Oh, that is a powder. Okay. Yeah, you
it's
could
powder.
try it. Try it. The thing is, you want to try different things and different products. And with different products, you'll like it better. So you're going to dip into it. We'll wait for her. But
Okay.
Essentially what we're going to be doing, I'll explain it ahead of time, is that we're going to be dipping into the dark color and just, tap it off because you don't want a lot. And then what I like to do is put it on my hand. So like I take up a little excess because you don't want to deposit a whole bunch in one spot. So
Okay.
wipe a little bit of the excess onto the back of your hand. And then you're going to draw a line on your nose where to make it appear smaller. So this is when you have to say, how thin do I want my nose? My bones are really over here, but I'm not going to draw the line on my actual bone because I'm just going to make it look wider.
Oh.
So I'm going to just draw the two lines thinner, a little bit thinner, like just where I'd want. Like, does that make sense? Like just bring it in closer to make your nose look more pinched in. So find the area. If you go between your eyebrows right here, you can usually see, and then go straight down. See from your eyebrow in here, that's kind of where you want to do the lines to make it even. So you pretend like you were contouring the side into the top of the eyebrow, and that's the area that you're going to contour.
You pat that as well, like you did the center?
You guys did the center already?
No, when we did do we pat it after we do that, or?
So yeah, when you're doing the highlight, if you have your foundation and your powder set, and you just want to make your nose appear a little like thinner on camera, because on camera, that's the main thing, is that it makes things look, you can't see the shape of things because it's just the light and the brightness, and you can't see the 3D. So that's why I feel like it's important to do the contouring on camera. That gives things more shape. So you could pat it in with your finger, and then what I do is come from the top of my eyebrow and just go down like this on both sides, like thinner. So I'm actually making my nose appear thinner than it is.
Ah, so I should be using a light color, like a light one?
Yeah, even like a bronzer, but not light, like more of like a bronzer, like a warm brown, because anything that is dark, if you're using a dark color, it's going to make it go in, and anything that's like light is going to make it come out. So we're trying to shrink this area, like make it look pinched in.
And I can see the difference. All right.
Good.
You have a bronzer. Which one did you use?
This one right here.
That's really light.
No,
No,
it's
the
like-
brown one.
Oh, it is?
it's
No,
brown.
you're showing the pink. Show it to, yeah, you got to move it.
Oh,
There
I'm
we go.
sorry. Yeah, this one.
So I should be
Like,
using.
I'm colorblind.
Okay. Yeah, you showed me the wrong one, sweetheart.
You
Okay, I'm
think
gonna
you're
try it.
colorblind.
I'm using this as my mirror.
Your mirror.
Yeah. So,
Okay. So once we've done that,
so
Did I
now
do
once you do that, like I said, you're gonna put it on the back of your hand so that you're not depositing it fully. That's what I do to start off. Dip it into the product, put it in the back of my hand to get some product off, and then lightly go down the sides. And then what I'll do is take the beauty blender, and then on the sides, first start on the sides and just soften it. This is a little advanced, you guys. I'm sorry, but it makes such a big difference. But you guys are doing great.
I'll use my finger.
Yeah, or beauty blender, or what else can you use? You can use your foundation brush. Sometimes I use my foundation brush just to go like this on the sides, just to make sure that there's no line. And whatever little bit is on the foundation could kind of help blend it a little bit. But the thing is,
All this is teaching me I need to get better brushes.
brushes make a big difference.
I
Yeah.
don't
And
have the right brushes. I have a lot, but not the right ones for what we need.
it makes a big difference. It really does. And I've had my brushes for like 10 years. So they do, if you get the right ones, they'll last you. With the highlighter too, since we're doing the highlighter, you could do it right in between your eye, like right here. And
The
that'll
same
add a little
color?
bit-
Wait, this color right here.
Just a highlighter. It could be the same one you did on your the bridge of your nose, and it just gives it, like J-Lo always did this. This is like, remember, she'd always have that little bit of light kind of in the center, just on the sides.
What about
So-
contouring the rest of your face? Is that
Okay.
something?
Yes, so I have a lot of tricks for that. So what I like to do is, again, I like the smaller brushes. So I could really stay, you see how small this is? I could really stay concentrated in this area. If this brush was too big, I would make my cheeks fatter. Look how big this is. I'm like making my cheek all the way down here.
Oh, yeah.
So I like to go from the top of my ear right here. And then if you look at your mouth where that line is, that's kind of like the area that you want to stay. So you don't want to really go below, and you don't want to go too much above. You want to create that, if somebody naturally has that indent here, it's just a little shadow right here. That's what it is that creates. You ever see people with no makeup and they have this like dark little chiseled, like kind of like Kim Kardashian, but I don't know if she took
That's
out
probably
the fat
makeup,
here
girl.
and made it like that, or if she naturally had that. But I've seen it naturally on people.
Am I doing it right?
That is so cool. I've been doing, oh, this is so cool.
Is that
Let me
good?
see.
So now
Priya, no, that brush is way, well, it's not way too small. I've seen people do it with that, but I would say a little bit bigger. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Because if it's too small, it'll look like a line.
Yeah,
You know?
that's what it's turning into.
Yes. And
What color is she using? Is she using the blush there or a color?
So
you're
you
using the
always
dark-
want to contour with a color that that's like 2 to 3 shades darker than your own skin.
Okay.
Because the darker is gonna make it look sucked in, like this. See, if it was naturally, if this was hollow, it would look like there was darkness there, but there really isn't. You ever see somebody with really deep set eyes and it looks like they have eyeshadow on?
My aunt.
Yes, because it creates a shadow because it's pushed back. It's like sunken in, so it's creating a shadow.
Okay.
That's kind of what we're trying to get with the contour here.
Krystle, I love makeup, as you can tell. I own a lot of it. I just don't know how to use it, and I would love to learn more looks and really come out of my comfort zone. And I wonder, can I hire you to help me learn?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's do it. We could do a one-on-one lesson. You can contact me by emailing me. My email is makeupbykrystle@gmail.com. Krystle's Krystle, and we could totally do a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait to show my new look.